So today's question is construct product matrix. So given a zero index 2D integer matrix grid of size n cross m, we define a zero index 2D matrix P of size n cross m as the product matrix of grid if the following condition is met. So each element Pij is calculated as the product of all elements in the grid except for the element grid ij, and this product is taken modulo 1 2 3 4 5. So we have to return the product matrix of the grid. So suppose this is the given grid. So we have at the first index it will be the product of all other cells except the first one. So if you leave this one, so the product of 2 into 3 into 4, which is 24. Similar case for the 2, leave 2, 1 into 3 into 4, that will be 12. So that way we have to return the product. So we will be using prefix and suffix method. So let's try to code this. First take length of the grid, so number of rows, nothing but the length of the grid, and number of columns, nothing but the length of the grid first row or any of the row. Okay, now what we will do, we will flatten this grid. We will create a 1D array. Okay, and then we will flatten this grid. So let's do that. So we can simply put this flatten grid name as ARR. Now go simply for I in range M, sorry it's M, and then for J in range M, we append that AR dot append the value grid ij. We will take the modulo here. So if anything is greater than 1 2 3 4 5, you can store a smaller number, so percent mod. So now we have flattened the matrix. Now suppose if our ARR look like 1 2 3 4, so we will use the prefix and suffix method to calculate the product. Suppose we have to calculate the product of 2, so how we will do that? What will be the product at 2? According to question, we don't have to take the 2 itself, and other than that we can have to take 1 into 3 into 4. So suppose we can simply say prefix is nothing but 1. So what is the product of all the elements above it? That's 1. And we can take suffix is all the elements product after it, so it's 3 into 4, so nothing but 12. So answer will be 12. So let's first create the prefix matrix. So what will be the size of this ARR? So size will be nothing but the total elements, so n cross m. Okay, now simply define prefix array. So prefix is equal to, let's initialize each element by 1, so 1 into size. Now let's fill out this prefix matrix. So for I in range 1 to size, we are starting with 1 because suppose if we have been given this first index and asked what will the product of its element before it, so there are no elements, so that's why we are starting from the 1. So simply prefix of I is nothing but prefix of all the element multiplication cell prefix of I minus 1, and in the prefix of I minus 1 we must have not calculated ARR I minus 1, that particular index, so that we will multiply here, and finally we will do the mod. I think we have not defined the mod above. Mod is defined in the question 1 2 3 5, so let's do that. Mod is equal to 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so now we have got our prefix. Now it's time to calculate the suffix. Suffix means in this array, if you take after 2, what will be the product here? So let's calculate suffix. So let's set suffix is equal to 1, and we will go from the back side like 4 3 2 1 like this. So for I in range size minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. So we will store this product prefix into suffix of I in the prefix array itself. So prefix of I is nothing but, now we are doing, we are calculating the total product except this element. So prefix of I is nothing but prefix of I, correct, into suffix. Suffix for, suppose this is example 4. Okay, So in the prefix of I, it will be 3 into 2 into 1, that will be 6 into what is the element after it? No elements means 1, so 6 into 1. So it's all product of all the cells except this 4 becomes 6. And finally we can do percentage mod here. Okay, and now a suffix will change. So suffix is equal to simply suffix into now our loop will go here 3, so suffix will become 1 into 4, all the elements after this. So suffix into arr of I percent mod. So now we have got the product of each product of all elements except leaving each cells. Okay, so we have that, but that is in the 1D array. Now we have to create the 2D array again. So let's define it as result. Let say it is at 0 starting. So for 0 for I in range m, we're creating a 2D one now. So now for I in range n. So we have defined a result method. Now simply define a variable idx is equal to 0. And now let's fill out the values. So for I in range n, for j in range m, okay, result of I j will nothing be, it will be equal to the first element for the 0 0. So prefix at idx, and now we will implement the idx. So idx plus is equal to 1, idx plus is equal to 1. Now simply return the result. And let's check if this works for the test cases defined. Yeah, so our test cases has passed. Let's try to submit and check if this works for all test cases. Yeah, so our code has passed successfully. Thank you for watching.